residents of MeepleTown, today we are looking at Paris, City of Lights. It is the year 1889, and Paris is already known as the City of Lights, but now we have electric lights, and so we're going to be lighting up the city. Let's get to the table and check out Paris, City of Lights. Okay, here is the setup for Paris, City of Lights.
I've never played a game with a Paris theme, have you?
First time. First time. Yeah, absolutely not.
I don't complain about it. I actually like the Paris theme.
People still say not.
There's probably, you could make a whole category of Paris-themed games.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do a top list, maybe. We'll see. Okay, before we get started, you need to know that John and I have
thought that you said I'm going to do it topless.
This little competition going on to see who's going to win the most games this year. Right now, John is in the lead. Is that right?
4-3.
4-3 or 5-4 or something along those lines?
It's 4-3.
We're a little bit behind on getting our videos out there. So
we've got several done, so we have to make sure that we release them in the right order.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, John is ahead. This game is huge for me. Unfortunately, John is, I think, better at this game.
I was down 3-2. This is big.
It is big. But
I won 2 in a row.
John is better at this game. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. So it will not surprise me if you win this game.
Whatever.
Okay, so this game is played over 2 phases. The first phase, we're going to be taking tiles. We're going to be placing them out on the board and grabbing these tiles, and that's all we're going to be doing. Second phase, we'll be doing other things. But so the first phase, everyone's going to have a tile. Everyone. It's a 2-player game. Both of us are going to have a tile in our hand, and you are either going to place a tile or grab one of these. And then the phase will be over whenever all of these tiles are gone. Not these tiles, but the square tiles.
Is it either or either?
Cobblestone tiles.
I'm first.
John's first.
Dean did the little flip thing, and he just, for some reason, doesn't like to show that on screen, which I do. So I'm going to place this here because it's going to kind of put Dean's little blue where he can place his things out in a tough spot.
That's right.
He's not going to be able to do much with that.
Except I'll be able to place some blue spots next to that lamp. Now, what I don't want to do is that. This would really help John out probably any way I put that, but I'm going to do that anyway so that I've at least got some stuff going on here. Yeah, we'll do that like this.
I mean, that's a good move too because
it separates your stuff a little bit.
It is like that. Now I don't have as many options, so now I'm having to decide what I want to do based on these shapes out here. I could place this. And there's already some, like this one has 3. So I could take that right now and try to do that next if Dean. I'm not going to talk through all of this, but just at the beginning I'm going to do a little bit. I could do this. It kind of, I don't know if there's a lot of shapes that it fits. Well, there's one, but it maybe keeps me a little more open to doing that. You also have, but the purple one Dean can place on or I can place on.
That's right.
So if I take this and for example, I take this next round. If he gets to go first and takes that spot, then I could be hosed, But then maybe I create this in a way that could... I'm just going to leave it there. Let's just do that.
Okay. I have an absolutely terrible tile. It's not terrible. I mean, I can do some stuff with this. But by the way, we didn't mention, what are we trying to do, John? These are buildings. These tiles are buildings. We're trying to get our buildings next to street lamps. We're going to get points to that. Yeah. We're also trying to have large groups of buildings together that are ours. And that's really the gist of what you're trying to do. You're trying to get your buildings next to street lamps, but like John said,
see, that was a problem.
The purple is going to be anyone's. It's fair game for people to put purple on there.
That's tough because that really hurts. You see, what I could do right now is take one of the pieces. I mean, Dean's. I'm thinking of not only my turn but his turn. Mm-hmm. I'll just tell you what I'm thinking. He could grab that one right there. He could grab the same one that I was talking about and hope to do what I was thinking about doing there. But he could also be thinking, well, I could just L it up here, which is what I was thinking. But then he blocked me from doing that. Mm-hmm. So I could block him from doing that and make him really have to think through. But the other piece that's so interesting is the street lamps. I could place this as a good tile down here, but what if no street lamps show up down there? Right. And I've had that happen in the game where I was like, hey, I could have this kind of my own little carved out spot, but the street lamps just didn't show up like I wanted them to. So with that being said, I think I am going to probably just but if I do that, then I still don't have a street lamp over here. I could just kind of block Dean off from getting, but he could put a street lamp here potentially. Wow, that's just interesting. Wow, this game is... You can think on this game.
This is
because you don't have to. But also, I'm thinking... We'll talk about these things as the game continues here. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
It's tricky. And I think what I will do, we didn't mention how like the game round ends, but that is important. So whoever is the first one to get rid of all of their cobblestone tiles is going to be the first one for the next round. But you're also kind of potentially limiting yourself to the amount of these tiles that you're going to get. Normally you'll get around 3, 4, maybe 5. I think we've had some games where we've had 5 before. But I'm going to take this one.
You're taking it. Yeah, good call.
What I'm going to need to do is hope that I can place it here or find another spot that I can be able to place it out. So I'm thinking through all of that as well.
Yeah. And so the more that Dean and I play this game, I think the harder it gets. Because it becomes increasingly increasingly combative, I think, like trying to block each other's spaces and stuff like that, so that you can't do this or can't do that. Because like I'm thinking, like if I could place this here, then now I could maybe steal that purple spot before he gets to do it, and now he's blocked.
That's right. Or not necessarily blocked, but
he can't play on that spot.
That's right. Now that being said, because I know that is a possibility, it makes sense for me to go ahead and grab this, and so that's what I'm going to do. So that regardless, I will be able to take this. Probably. It's still not a guarantee.
Which one did you take?
I took the 3.
Yeah. The interesting thing to this too is these are shaped in certain ways. So like you can't flip them that way and do like what I would like. I like this piece because if I could flip it, then I could do that. Boom, and I'd be good to go. I can't do that.
That's right.
So, wow, I'm trying to think of how I'm positioning myself here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this right now.
Yeah. This is a challenge. The problem is, even if I put this here to be able to get it next to those street lights, I'm not going to be able to connect it with another building probably. And so I need to have areas where I am getting more of my stuff together, I guess. So I'll just place that there. John's going to take another tile.
So you have this really intriguing pool of really honing in and trying to score a lot of points on one particular tile. Because if you could go first and you could play there, boom, I can get it. Pushing your luck by holding back and seeing what is Dean going to play? What is he going to do? You could get one of these big daddies that could be really nice points wise and connect your stuff together, but you might
think too, the first time you play this game, you might think that this first phase might be a little more random, but it's not. But nothing is guaranteed in this game either. So it's you do the best that you can, but again, you don't know for sure what's going to happen.
That makes me nervous. Because I'm putting that. I kind of want to do this for something I'm thinking about doing, but then I'm putting it next to a street lamp here, where Dean could have 2 street lamps next to something that he places. So that's probably not the wisest moves. Wisest of moves. This is, and I don't know what I'm doing there. Oh, I really actually think you're going to win this one, Dean. I think that I really kind of hosed myself already about the placement of some of my stuff. I think I'm trying to do too much in my brain, and it's actually hurting me in this game.
Your brain's hurting you?
It does a lot of times. So if I did that, let me think this through. If I did that, then I could not do what I was thinking. He put something there, and I didn't want him to do that.
I'm sorry.
If we have any of these left over, we lose 3 points.
That's right.
So you definitely don't want to take, because this game is pretty tight, you definitely don't want to be taking things that you can't. Now, there is a spot here that will negate that. So you could be a little risky, but then if Dean takes it, then I can't take it, so forth and so on. That's
right. And John, while he's taking his turn, didn't mention, but these postcards are going to change all the rules for placement at the end. And so I'm jumping. I don't want to jump into final thoughts at all, or my thoughts on this game necessarily. But every decision that you make in this game is so important. That's one of my favorite things about it.
That's why I'm really not. Yeah, I'm doing it. I don't care. Okay. That's what I'm agonizing about right now, because especially at this point in the game.
Yeah, that really hurt me, actually, John. You doing that.
I was hoping that it might
change things quite a bit. So I think
you had little snotters come out there. You can rewind the video.
I think I'm just going to put this here, and again, maybe some hopes that I can take advantage of some of this. But again, purple's fair game, so who knows what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the square tile. There, were you going to take?
Yeah, I was going to take it next. I was thinking about taking 4 and just getting a little bold. And go.
I might end up taking 4. The problem is if you take 4, if one of us takes 4, more than likely the other person's going to get to go first.
Yeah. So I'm trying. If you hear someone, we have some guests in MeepleTown. If you hear them in the background. So these are the challenges. I'm just trying to think through what to do next. Like what I've got these positioned. I actually don't have these all accounted for at the moment, and depending on what Dean does, yeah. So if I did that, maybe I just do that. And then if I do that, then I could... Hold up. I gotta think about this piece.
While you're thinking, one of the things that we didn't mention is, you might be thinking, why wouldn't you just want to take as many of these tiles as you can? You're actually going to lose 3 points for these at the end of the game. Did you mention that already? Sorry.
And you
just said
yes.
it? You just said it?
Yeah, a minute ago I said you lose 3 points. Then I even pointed out that you can do that.
Too busy thinking.
You said, oh yeah, you could do that.
Too busy thinking.
I'm not liking the way this game is going at all.
I was thinking you were talking about swapping them out. Sorry, I was thinking about the wrong tile.
I am not liking this game right now.
I think I might take... I'm going to do it. I'm going to take another one of these.
Me too.
Are you really? Okay.
We're both going to be fine.
Unless John takes 5. Here's the problem, though. Unless John takes 5, he's going to be going first in that next round, which is huge. I really... That was the only reason I wouldn't want to have taken that 4th tile. I'll drop this over here. Which is going to really help John out, too.
Look at
just
all
making
those.
an assumption that he would have placed that there. So now, again, John's going to go first. I don't want to do this.
Okay, I'm liking it better the way that played out at the end.
What do you have over there? So you could do that. I think I might change that up just a little bit. I don't think this is going to matter that much. Actually, hopefully it doesn't matter that much.
This game's tense, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It definitely is. Okay, all right, it's John's turn to go into the second phase. Again, this one you only have 2 options. You're either going to place your buildings that you have here, or we each have 4 tokens, and you can place it on the postcard to be able to take the action on those. When you take the action, you're going to be taking those immediately. The only exceptions are going to be these 2 cards over here.
Oh, I planned this out wrong. Shoot. I did. Yikes, I planned that out wrong. So I'm going to definitely lose some points, potentially. There's no way I can place all 3 of these out here. The question is, or all 4 of these. The question is, do I care? I mean, there is a way. I could do that. Okay. Remember, I can place on purple.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And John's going to have a really good... so I'll go ahead and tell you what's going to happen because I can't be able...
Actually, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Sorry, I just did the wrong thing. That's what I want to do first. Is this. Sorry. I don't know why I jumped the gun on that. My bad, bro. That's good for you that I took it back?
Maybe just a little bit surprising because now that definitely does change things where I could potentially place something to hurt John in there. I almost, there's no reason for me not to. You'd still be able to place that, I think. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this building here. Yep, I'll do that. So I'm going to take this building here, flip this over, and what this is going to do is just give me an extra building. I'm going to take this building and place it right here.
Hose me.
And then...
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be it. Hosing you potentially, but at the same time, I just took on another building, right? So now essentially I have 5 buildings, and I don't really know for sure where I'm going to place those.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take this thing and go ahead and place this here, so that allows me to now place this building. But wait, why did I do that? I'm only next.
Actually, technically, John, you're supposed to use that one later.
I am. I can't do
that's
it the same
the
turn?
one. If I understand that right, let me double check that because. So this one says we played this a lot. I think that's the way we played it. But take the mixed color cobblestone tile, add it to your supply. On any of the following turns, you may place this tile so that it covers. So you'd have to take that, and that would be your turn just taking that.
I made a mistake by doing that. That was a huge mistake. I'm gonna lose. No, seriously, that was a big time mistake. So what I'm gonna do is make sure Dean loses some points.
Okay. All right, so you're going to take this one. I'm going to flip it over just to show, but we know that John's got that one. We can flip it back over to see later on. I'm just going to take this and place it here. I think you can grab that one anyway, right? Yeah, I'm going to place that there. All right.
Okay. Wow. Wow. That's going to hurt if I do that.
There is a card, just so you can know what we're thinking through. The cards that are out there now, this allows you to place a street lamp out there on your color. This one allows you to extend one of your buildings. This one's going to allow you to swap out one of your tiles with one of these and place it immediately. This one is going to give you points if his area is touching street lamps. It's 2 points per street lamp in his area, and then this one allows you to place a tile over top of a street lamp.
That's my challenge right now. I'm thinking of how to. Yeah, I guess I'm going to take that one, place over this street lamp here.
And you don't have to do that one right now.
But I am.
Actually, is that one that you can do right now too? There's 2 of them that are a little bit weird.
Is that one that you can't do right now?
Yeah, so there's 2. On any of your future turns, you may place a building so that it covers up an empty street lamp. So that one you're just claiming. These are the only 2 that are like that. And what he does is he claims this card so that he can do it in the future. And then when he does it, he'll flip it over.
Okay. I think I showed you what I was going to do.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, this is I'm in a little bit of a tough spot here. Maybe not so little. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I think
the street lamps are kind of weird this game.
Let's see. If you place over top of that. This is a bit of a challenge. Yeah, I've got several things that I want to do. I just don't know what's going to be the most effective for me to do. I think I'm going to take...
I know. It's tough, isn't it?
This has to be... The street lamp you have to place on your own...
Yeah.
On your own tile. I think right now what I'm going to do is what I was going to do anyway. I'm just going to place this out here. But I have to be able to place that one too.
Whew.
Good gracious, that's
This is a tough one, man.
Yeah, this might end up...
This is our most challenging board we've ever...
This might end up really messing me up. We'll see how this pans out. But
I'm going to take this guy right here.
Yeah. John likes that one for good reason. It's a really good tile to have, card to have.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so anything that is in his area, and it's a border by the building.
The board is his area.
That's right. I mean, it's everything.
I get 2 points per lamp at the moment. It's not going to end that way, probably.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take. I'm going to take this.
Yeah.
Now, I don't place this right away. It's going to be on future turns. But what I'll do is I'll place that purple marker on one of John's cobblestone colors. So I'll place that. I won't actually place it on the orange. I'm just showing that that's where I'm going to place it. And then place my tile.
So I'm gonna take the street lamp.
Yeah.
Do I place this one immediately?
Yeah, she placed the street lamp immediately, and that's going to go on one of your colors.
Yeah. So I'll just place. You got what do you have left? The 3-er? That stinks.
3 and the 4. Yeah.
That kind of stinks for me because I'm assuming wherever if I were to try to, I wanted to take this 4 multiplier and just keep it going. That's not gonna work. So. Yeah. What I'm trying to do is figure out how to place this and not help Dean, but there's
I don't think there's any way that I'm going to be able to stop you from getting a lot of points from this guy, though.
Yeah.
This is a good token. There's so many grueling decisions in this game because all of these postcards can be helpful in certain situations, you know.
Yeah. Man, this is just it's just tough because I mean I know where I'm going to place my next 2, where I want to. No matter where I put this, again, can I place this on purple or no? It's just my own. Right?
I think that one has to be on your.
That's what I was thinking of, but just a little.
I always like to check just to make sure that one is the of your color.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, which I mean, this makes it challenging because there's no way Dean's not going to score some points for this because of that. And so if I place it there, it's not going to help me as much. If I place it there, it's going to help him. Actually, if I place it there, it might help him less. But I don't know what else he's... Yeah, let's just place it here.
Yeah, to make sure that it'll stay in there.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do, or really anything I can do to block that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this... I would have placed that purple one here to place my 3 long 1x3 there. Put my chimney on there. I
thought about putting it right there, but then you would have.
I considered moving that one more over to block him, but it's I needed it to touch those buildings. Sorry, go ahead.
Oops, my chimney.
You got your chimney upside down.
Upside down.
All right. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I've got a couple options. I mean, I can try to stop him from getting more than what he's already gonna get.
Maybe we should have zoomed in more. I try to do my best.
So I think that's good. You got to be able to see these cards that I'm knocking all over the place, by the way. I'm going to put this here for a couple reasons. So this will add an extension, and this has to go on the end of one of my buildings. It's not going to add on to be able to touch another lamppost, which is oftentimes what you want to do that, but it's going to block him from one, and it gives me an extra point at the end, too.
Yeah, and I don't have any other options to where to place this right now. So I can either place it here or here. And I don't think it matters. See, where Dean's going to score a lot of points that I'm not is that he's going to have contiguous lines, and I have 4. I'm going to 5. I'm going to score 5 points for 1.
That's right. Yeah, that does help me a decent amount for sure. I'm going to go ahead and place this so I don't lose it. I don't know how John could stop me with that, but maybe you could, and I'm just missing something.
I'm done.
So, you're done with all your tokens.
I can't place this, and I'm done with all my tokens.
Oh, and you could have done that one. So the only other thing I can do...
I did do that one. I didn't flip it over.
Actually, it wouldn't have made a difference, and I can't do anything with it anyway. I could have on my last turn, instead of placing that one, I could have swapped it out with another one of those. But instead, with the tokens that are out there, I don't have anything I could have placed. So, all right, so we decided to go ahead and zoom in on the board so you could see things a little bit better when we do the scoring.
Scoring time!
So let's explain the first thing in scoring. So you're going to take each of your buildings that you have, you're going to multiply the number of squares that are on that building times the lamppost that it is orthogonally adjacent to. So for example, this is a 4-square building next to 1 lamp. That's going to be worth 4 points.
This is a 5-square building next to 2. It's worth 10.
All right, so we're just going to add all of those up, and it's interesting because some of these games...
And it has to be orthogonally adjacent, not diagonally adjacent.
That's right.
Like that one doesn't count, y'all.
That's right, and that's why I said orthogonally adjacent.
Oh, did you?
We're both doing that to each other. We're just talking and not listening.
We're like an old married couple that tunes each other out. All right.
I think I missed one because I had...
More points when you were calculating up.
I did. I think I missed that one. Let me double check that though.
Do we want to give the points for at this? So I know you like to wait till the end to go. Boom.
Plus 4.
I've got 25 right now.
3 times 3 is going to be 9 plus.
He's going to get me.
4 times 12. equals
Ugh, that's too much to overcome.
33. Okay, I thought I was.
He won.
Yeah, anyway.
It's not over, but
you're gonna get a lot of points.
yeah, but you're gonna get more for the thing, I think.
Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get points for your.
That's where I screwed
for your biggest like building.
Yeah.
What do you call that? What is it actually?
Contiguous.
Contiguous building spaces.
So he's
together.
got 4. 1. So that's another 4, right? 1, 2,
Largest
3, 4.
building group
1, 2,
is what it
3,
says.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he has 4. That's 16 points. You got 4, and they're all touching.
This is a 3.
No, you got that.
You know what? I didn't even count that.
4 times.
I'm glad
4,
you said that. I forgot about that extension on there. So it's going to be a 4 times 12.
I got destroyed in this game.
4 plus 4 plus 4 plus.
I made some risky moves and I shouldn't have.
12.
Should have played a little safer.
So it's 36 that I had, and then that's going to be, what did you say?
16 more points.
Did you
I got
count this one too?
obliterated. No.
16, 17, 18?
I got obliterated in this game. Look at this.
All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get points for our lose points for our unbuilt buildings if we had any left over with.
And I did, but I didn't have to because I spent that. Yeah.
That's right. And now the action cards, which John's the only one that's going to get points from that. And that's
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points because there's 10 lampposts there, but not
points.
even close to enough to beat you.
Yeah, I got 54.
Woo! 54 to 40. That was destruction.
40.
See, the game that you said I was not doing that at the beginning probably was a mistake.
It is funny because I guess I did win the last 2 that we played. That does tie us up, though.
We're tied 4 to 4.
Yeah, so that does make it more exciting.
I'm excited about how these games it's so close right now.
Art and components. Let's just jump into it.
All right, jump right in. Okay.
There's a lot to really like about this game as far as the components go. I'll talk about these buildings. They're like
Look up
these
something about the game. So I'm not...
dual layer buildings, which is nice. I really like that. I like the chimneys. I like this, but it can be kind of a negative. This piece of the board is actually like glued into the box, and so it is not moving. It's kind of nice that you just like set it up and everything's in there. Unfortunately, it makes it more of a challenge to fit everything in the box.
Yeah.
You said you wish it was just like laying out separate.
I
actually kind of prefer it in the box, but I wish it was a little bit lower.
Yeah, it's that it doesn't really obstruct much when it comes to your view, which is really, really good. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. I don't know. I'm just being real. Like,
being different.
I don't know. Like, I think I would almost rather just have a flat board. You could see everything a little bit more clearly. If it were up to me,
regardless, I do like the dual layer like inside board
that's awesome.
Because those fit in there so well, and they're not going to be sliding around.
Yeah,
the art in the postcards I think is beautiful too. I really like that a lot. Just the feel, like the general feel, the box cover. I love the art on that and the feel of it. It's just I don't know. It's exactly what I would expect for a game based in Paris.
Right? I think the postcard art is my favorite part of the art.
That's probably right.
It's sweet. And then I like how, did you talk about these? These are got the little dual layer on these things. Yep. So like it's not just like a regular polyomino. So it feels, there's not a ton of components. This is a 2-player small box game, but the components feel nice.
You got some other
solid.
Postcards in here too, 4 other ones that you can throw and mix in with there.
I just think that just feels really nice.
It does.
Adding that rising to it, I like that quite a bit.
So overall, we're positive on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Gameplay.
Okay, so I didn't know what to think about. Really, the only thing I knew to think about is Devir makes good games. So I was like, all right, I'm excited to try this. Plus, I'm always intrigued by a 2-player small box game.
Yeah.
Are you?
I am.
I don't really know why.
Yeah,
I guess because I play with my wife all the time whenever we play games, and most of these games are shorter, like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Exactly what you have in this game. And this game...
And a thinkier one, too, at that.
This game is really good. A couple things that I really like. Number one, I like distinct phases in games. I like that you have, you're placing the tiles out, and you're getting those, but then you're going to shift to the next phase where you're actually placing them here, and then going and getting that. So I like how you kind of have a couple decisions. The first round, what do I place this, or where do I get this? It's not overly complex, but it can be thinky because you're thinking about how to block your other opponents, where the street lamps are going to go, all that stuff. And the next time you have 2 decisions, where to place on here or to go and do that. And so I think that it's like, but overall, like Dean said, it is thinky. This game can be pretty thinky, but I like how it's like thinky but not overly crazy. I guess I don't know how to explain that. Like that's like, again, there's like a couple decisions, but those decisions that reminds me of how Feld kind of puts you in those places a lot of times where it's like you can do this and this or that and that, but I want to do this, but I want to do that, and I like that. I like that I'm not thinking of like 12 different things at the same time.
Yeah, but there are a decent amount of things that you are thinking, because even in the first phase, you have to be thinking about how things are going to play out in the second phase.
You do. You have to
think about where your buildings are going to go. You have to think about, okay, if I can get it done first, I really want to be able to take this card before John does, but I'll be missing out on a tile potentially by doing that.
Yeah.
I really love this game. It's so cool, those decisions in it. And like you said, a 30 to 45 minute game that has this much decision, but it's not like too much. It's exactly what you're saying. That is a sweet spot for a 2-player only game. That's exactly what I want in a 2-player only game. Unless I want something like a lighter fare or something like that. But this is all of the time and the right thinking.
And you like the phases? You like how
I do. Yeah, I do. Now I do think that the first time you play this game, in any of those phase games, like like a For Sale or Biblios or something like that has separate phases, you almost have to play through a game to really grasp how everything's going to play together.
Flows together. And all that.
I think that this one's you're gonna enjoy it better if you play through it one time and then you're like, okay, I got everything. Yeah. Now let me come to my conclusion on how I feel about this game. I think that's how it's kind of designed. I guess.
I agree.
A lot of those phase games.
Yeah, and I also really like how there's so many of those. How many more are there? That
4 in here. Yeah,
4 more.
So there's not a ton,
but still, like
there's a lot of variability.
I was gonna say it's a lot of variability because of the way they come out. And so there's 12 of them. You're going to use 8 of them, and so it changes every single game, which then changes how you're going to place these out and the way they're going to work. You might think like, wow, there's only how many, like 12 something tiles? Like this game feels like it might get samey. No way, because like when you're drawing your tiles, you don't get to choose. And I think that's it's frustrating sometimes because you're like, oh, I really don't want this. But the positive is it makes the game feel different every time because you're not coming out with, oh yeah, I can place this here and this is, then I get that one over there. And then can be kind of tactical in the sense that you can block other players and I can block you back. And it doesn't feel like super mean, I don't think. But I mean, to play optimally, I think that's what you're going to have to do.
Yeah, there is that.
Unless you're both just being nice to each other.
That's right, which you can be. You can be in this for sure. But I think that the player interaction is a big part of why this game shines for me, too.
I think so.
Because John gets this, and he's going to get points for street lamps. Well, I have to try to stop that as best I can, right?
Yeah.
So you have that interaction there. Grabbing the purple tile to sneak in and steal one of their spaces is big. That's the only one that I think that you can actually move in on their space.
Yeah.
But it is, again, mean, but it's more like high player interaction is what I would say. But there's a lot of those things that to play optimally that you really need to do that. Now, I think maybe even the first game, you might end up like, okay, if you're sitting across from each other, I'll put my tiles over here, or I'll put mine here, you put yours over there, and kind of do our own thing. But the more you play this game, it absolutely is. The more you play it, you're going to be like building on each other's and trying to build up as many spaces of yours that you can that are together.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Let's do final thoughts. Okay. Right. So I'll go ahead and give mine. Small box. It seems simple when you see it laid out on the table. There's 12 or something polyominoes. There's 8 postcards now. Okay, but man, you can think in this game, and I love that. I absolutely love that. And I also love the variability. I'll reiterate a few things in case people skip to the final thoughts. I love the direct phases in the game, the first phase and the second phase. I just love how it just makes the game feel fresh, and yet it ties together. Like when you're deciding things early in the game, you're thinking about the cards in the second phase, which is really, really interesting. I think that's really good. But I also really I think Dean probably won the last game because he got these tiles. See, I got rid of mine first to go first in the second phase, but he jumped to the ones he really needed. Yeah. And multiple times I was like, dang it, I wanted that one. But I was pushing my luck because I was like, well, hopefully he won't take that one. And I like that because that's what you're doing. Like it's that delayed, should I go now? Should I not go now? Man, if I don't take this card right now, then Dean could take it, but I'm kind of analyzing him maybe and going, but I don't think he will. Yeah. But he could just take it just to hose you too. Like if he knows John doesn't get this card, then he can't place that piece out. Mm-hmm. So you know what? Whether you say it's mean or not, I'm going to take it.
That's right. Yeah.
So to make a long story short, 30-minute game, tons of thinky decisions, a lot of replayability, brilliant game. I really like this one. This is 8 out of 10 for me. Great small 2-box game. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah. I'm with John there, and all the things that John said. The thinky, shorter gameplay is good. One of the things that I don't think I mentioned, but I will in my final thoughts. Every decision is not only important in what you do, but you're projecting what they might do on their turn.
Yeah.
So every decision is not only thinky, every decision is also interactive with the other player.
Absolutely.
In the sense that you have to predict or react to what they've done. That's exactly what I want in a 2-player game. So I'm a little bit higher on this one than John. Every time I've played this game, it's gone up and up for me. I'm going to add an 8.5 on this one. This one is fantastic.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on this one. You might think the things that John said, not a ton of components, small box, 2-player, whatever. There's a lot of those out there. Don't sleep on this one. This one is a lot of fun. Even if you don't like polyominoes, it's not even like a big part of the game.
That's what I was going to say. Like I was waiting for you to finish to say if you're polyominoed out, which I kind of am, like to a degree. Like when new in the sense of when new polyomino games come out, I'm just like, Rosenberg, sorry, I guess I'm an I, comes out with New York Zoo, and I'm just like, Like I've seen so many, but this doesn't, because of the postcards and the way you do things, it has a fresh feel to it, and I like if this was an easy 8 for me. I thought about going 8.5, maybe in future plays, but I'm solid with my 8.
Yeah. High scores,
So
high
good.
praise from both of us for sure. That's an 8 from John, 8.5 from me. Tell people how they can get in touch with us.
If you're enjoying our channel, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. You can go to MeepleTownGames.com to check out all of our stuff. We're at MeepleTown Games on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we're Board Game Geek Guild 3407.
Thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at MeepleTown Games, and connect with us on the MeepleTown Guild, Guild number 3407, at BoardGameGeek.com, and also subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.